winter weather can be brutal for people who suffer from arthritis. As the temperatures drop, the sufferers may experience flare-ups of their symptoms, but there are some ways you can protect yourself and your joints. The Fox Medical Team's Beth Galvin is here with some advice on how we can get through this cold weather together.
And good morning, Constance. And I think, for people who suffer from arthritis, really joint pain is the toughest thing to get through. And a lot of people say that these kind of cold, damp mornings that Caitlin was just talking about are really the worst when it comes to their joint pain, because they'll actually wake up hurting. So we went in search of some ways you can turn down the pain.
For Sharon Weber, winter means pain.
The cold is brutal.
Weber was diagnosed 9 years ago with arthritis at 45, and her pain is mostly in her hands and her feet.
I can basically keep myself warm in the house, but if I go outside, it's cold. It's cold.
So Weber has learned that she has to be careful when the temperature drops.
I am very conscious of my body temperature and how cold it is outside and what I need to do to protect my joints.
Weber's doctor, Mark Cheek, an internist with Gwinnett Medical Center, says the cold can cause our joints to stiffen.
That's why arthritis is typically worse first thing in the morning, because overnight your joints cool down and you're inactive, so you have pain and stiffness when you first wake up. That's also why it's better later in the day, because once your joints warm up, you feel better.
Weber recommends starting your day with a warm shower to loosen up stiff joints, and then waiting before you start your workout.
You basically want to ease into your day. You don't want to jump out of bed, try to exercise.
If you're going to be outside in the cold, Dr. Cheek says layer up, especially with loose layers, which Weber already does.
I just need to make sure that my hands are covered, my feet are protected properly with warm socks, and that my core doesn't get too cold.
And before you start your workout, you want to take a few minutes to warm up indoors, and then stretch your muscles after you exercise to cool back down.
Also, you want to hydrate yourself well. When you're dehydrated, your tendons and ligaments get stiff, and that contributes to pain. So we need to drink a lot of water so that your joints are limber.
A lower impact workout may be best for people who have arthritis pain, and if you can, Dr. Cheek says this time of year, take your workout indoors.
Because you don't want to exercise in the cold. That's just going to make it harder.
And we mentioned layering up in those loose layers to keep your body warm. So you want to really start with a synthetic, non-cotton base layer closest to your body. And then if it's cold outside, add a layer of fleece. And then if it's wet, top that off with an outer waterproof protective layer to kind of get you some protection from the elements. And if you get too hot, you can just start taking those layers off, or maybe a couple of them. And we'll have some more tips on working out in the cold, especially for folks with arthritis. You can find a link on fox5atlanta.com. Just look in the health section for this story. Constance?
All right, I know you were just mentioning working out. What type of exercises are best for those who are outside and they like to get their workout on out there?
Yeah, so traditionally we've heard low impact is great for anybody with arthritis pain. So I would think, anything like walking, jogging outside, if you can move it indoors, cycling, water workouts are also great, and really good idea to cross train if you suffer from joint pain, because then you're not putting too much stress constantly on your joints.
I know you were also talking about the importance of hydrating and drinking water. How much water should we be drinking, especially in these winter months?
So the Arthritis Foundation recommends probably like 2 8-ounce glasses of water a couple of hours before you go in for a workout. So 16 ounces of water. So a big, tall glass of water might be a great idea a couple of hours before you go for your workout.
Yeah, sometimes we forget to do that, no matter if you suffer from pain or not.
And if it's cold, we don't think about hydrating as much, but really, really important for people with joint pain.
All right, Beth, thanks so much.
Thanks, Constance.